Yo, dudes! Dokkan time, and on global, we have the new Gohan and Piccolo unit along with their banner unit, which is this Vegeta and Nappa over here. They are not necessarily a bad unit, but I wouldn't say they're a good unit either. It's a little bit on the borderline there. Let's just go over their kit. Honestly, I don't really think I've actually, like, made a pre-made thought before even hitting the record button. I can't really tell you if I would say what you should build them as yet. I haven't really looked over their kit. But let's just go ahead and go for it. They're Terrifying Conqueror 130 lead, attack and defense 150, additional attack 80% when supering, D+1 up to 4, attack and defense plus 30 up to 120 with each attack performed. So already we kind of want additionals to build that up as quickly as possible. Launches an additional attack that has a 70% chance of becoming a super attack. 70% chance of additional. Okay. So we already, with hidden potential, we can potentially triple right now. Attacks effective against all type when the enemy is in attack or defense down status. Now I remember why I wasn't caring for this unit too much when they initially released. Reduce damage received by 30% as the third attacker in a turn. Guards all attacks when there is another Terrifying Conqueror or Pure Saiyan's category ally attacking in the same turn. Raises attack for one turn, causes supreme damage to enemy, and greatly lowers attack and defense. So I will say that's pretty decent. The weird thing here is this. This damage reduction in the third slot, it's like they know we don't want to keep this unit on rotation. My issue is that you want them to, basically triple super, right off the bat. Attack and defense plus 30% up to 120. That's 3, 6, 9, 12. You need 4 attacks to come out as soon as possible to build up that defense because they don't have any dodge built in. That damage reduction and that guard could go a very long way. I kind of like them when I'm thinking about it, but then again, really depends on what their defense is going to look like. I would feel a little bit better if the raised attack and defense for one turn was actually greatly raised. If it was greatly raised, I feel like it might have made a bigger difference because, I mean, I think the big issue with them is that their links. Their links are just not it. They have over 9,000, tough as nails, brutal beatdown. I mean, what are these links, man? I mean, I get it. They're from the Saiyan Saga. The over 9,000 link is literally in the freaking episode or the manga chapter, but it's just not good links. I mean, what are you running with these guys? I mean, you're obviously running Vegeta and Nappa, which has tough as nails and brutal beatdown, or over 9,000 and brutal beatdown, Saiyan Warrior race. The only issue with this is, there's no key links going off here. There's no key. No key whatsoever. Very weird. Very weird. I do like that Tough as Nails gives them an extra 5% damage reduction and defense plus 20%. That is pretty nice, so I'll give them that. Once we get the EZA for this Vegeta and Nappa, they actually are pretty good, which we should be getting in this celebration, by the way, on Global. But anyways, that's a different video. So we have Vegeta and Nappa Halvard calculations here. So we have a start of turn defense at 100k. Well, that's fine because they're slot 3 unit. They should be supering, having that post super, obviously. You're probably not going to bring this into an AoE based event. Defense post super 170, that can't be right. Full build up, start of turn defense 2. Man, that can't be right. Okay, these calculations are done at 55%. So this is the base minimum. I couldn't find better stats for them, unfortunately. Twitter is very weird. It doesn't show me all the actual calculations that I want to see. Yeah, see, I tried to search for it. It did not pull it up for me, unfortunately. Maybe if I correct it. Nope. Nah, it still only pulls out the 55. Unfortunately, I'm not very astute at doing the defense calculations myself. I can do them. They're not accurate 100%. I have to always double check my work. But man, this just seems really bad. 500k defense maximum with full buildup with 40% support? Man, the only way this would be acceptable is if they had like 70% damage reduction with the guard. Then we could talk. But otherwise, nah, that's just garbage. Really unfortunate. Yeah, unless we get a new off-turn support unit that supports extreme units, that's when I think we could take a look back at this unit, because off-turn support would help push this defense probably into the 700-800k range. And with that kind of off-turn support on an actual good extreme team that got that super type of support, you know, if we had a Bulma or a 17-18 Tournament of Power off-turn support kind of ordeal going on here, this defense could be respectable with that 30% damage reduction in guard. It could be respectable at that point. But as of right now, I mean, they're pretty much garbage. I mean, yeah, they're just going to get you killed. I would honestly say they're not even good enough to be used in difficult content. Not even in the current meta for global. Definitely not for JP's 9th anniversary. But I would say they're even bare minimum, just hardly able to go into the current meta that is like Dismal Future. I think Dismal Future will just trash these guys. Yeah, I mean, they need a lot of help. Either way, they're not here for damage. They're here to be just like an off-turn tank, I guess? Like, that's the other thing that's weird about this unit, is like, there's no support in here. They obviously want you to float them. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. I would have to do calculations for damage, but their absurdly weak defense does not make up for any amount of damage. They would have to be doing like first form Frieza or like 9th anniversary damage to make up for that. They would truly have to be a glass cannon, and I'm just not seeing that happening. So my suggestion for how to build these guys is just straight up ignore the crit. There's no point, because they're not going to do any damage. They have attacks effective against all types at the worst case scenario. Give them additional, of course, to build up that attack and defense modifier and their passive as soon as possible. But overall, I mean, yeah, a dodge build is the way to go if you're going to honestly think about using them. But at the moment, the only thing I'm looking at these guys as, I'm just looking at them as a unit to throw into a Saiyan Saga event or something. So I'm just going to give them a full additional and put the rest into dodge. Because, I mean, they're not doing enough damage. They don't have a high enough defense. It's rough. It's rough. I wanted them to be better than they are, but they're not. So it is what it is. You know, just build them how you can build this unit how you want, because they're not going to be going into difficult content. They just can't. So I would personally, I will be going for additional. I 100% believe a majority of people just be like, give them dodge and just put them in the box dust. So, but who knows? Maybe in the future this year we're going to get some Saiyan Saga support. Maybe we'll get some extreme team support, like actual extreme team support, where we're getting off-turn like Bulma support, or off-turn like the Gohan Piccolo unit support. Who knows? You never know what's going to happen with Dokkan. But anyways, guys, I hope this helped you figure out how you want to build this unit, and I hope you have a good day and a good night.